Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Honey and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation that we give her when we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash. Excuse me. He keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any little correction. And with Honey, we don't give very much correction. She thrives on motivation and praise. She is the more nervous of the two, as you know. She is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Honey, heel. Now at this point, Honey has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with Rich, not forging ahead or lagging behind. If he turns, she should turn. She's a little distracted by the motorcycles. But you notice where Rich keeps his hand on that leash, she doesn't have a lot of slack. And she is focusing. She's looking up at him, and even when the motorcycles went by, she kind of looked up at him for direction, like, am I okay? Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. Stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Your homework is going to be to practice the amount of time and the distance that you can get away from her, because she wants to be right on you at all times. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her, ending up back at heel position where they started, and she gets lots of love for praise, and they take off heeling again. So when you're practicing at home with her, you can practice indoors as well as outdoors, lengthening out your time and your distance. Especially the rest of the week is supposed to be brutally hot. So don't use that as an excuse not to practice. It's important that you keep this going at home. Of course, we've got airplanes flying over, motorcycles going by. So even though it's pretty quiet back here in this yard, there's lots of distraction. Rich leaves her again in another sit stay. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Rich is going to call her. She should come and sit right in front of you, facing your knees. She shouldn't put her feet on you. Very nice automatic sit. Every time Rich stops, she sits usually without being told. She's a lovely girl. She's just a little bit more nervous than her sister, and you're going to see the difference between the two videos. Rich calls her in again. He uses his leash as a guide and brings her right in, and she sits, and then they go back to heel. Now the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are the down commands. And because she is nervous, she has trouble holding the down stay for some reason. I think she feels vulnerable. Rich is going to use his left open palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down and stay. And sometimes she pops right up out of it. So when you're practicing at home, keep that in mind. And if you have to shorten the distance between you and she, you can do that. She's a cutie. She's going to get a bath today and be all beautiful and ready for you to pick her up. And it is very humid out here, so it's tough on the trainers and on the dogs. She came right in and sat. And the very last command that we're going to demonstrate is probably not her favorite. That's the down from a distance. So you're going to need to work on this a little bit when you take her home. You're going to leave her in a sit and then stay. You're going to turn to face her. You're going to use your right hand to give the command. And that wasn't too bad. She's getting hot and tired, so she's a little bit more cooperative. So we have demonstrated for you all of Honey's formal on-leash obedience commands. They're both lovely dogs. We wanted to show them as individuals and not as litter mates. They've done a great job here at school, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.